Welcome to the stream. First and foremost, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Everything in this video contains only my opinion and is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, what do we got? Let's go over here and make sure everything's looks good. Alright, let's start it off. American Airlines with a huge gap up. I mean, had to take profits right off the bell just because, you get this nice gap up right here, about 6-7%. And you got to take profits. You got to take profits on these times because you might not get that chance to take profits right there again. So it took a piece off, and we're looking for probably consolidations back into this 1550. But let's see if it can actually truly run to this downtrend. ALSN, we are waiting for this to cross over, but we talked about it on the stream yesterday. But it has a pretty good look. And as we stated yesterday, we have a beautiful wedge pattern. Let's go to a week chart so that we can see this a little bit better. So, beautiful uptrend, beautiful downtrend. Now you push the downtrend, and you are getting great action on the top end of this channel. Looking for a breakout price of this, and if you can get a price over 45.50, you can get a run up to this range up here. You can say that this is a shelf. And then you got this wick, and then you got the high price right here. So we're looking at taking an entry. I do not have a position in this. Well, let's just run back to the daily chart and see when we could have taken a position on this. So we have the downtrend identified right here. As soon as you take out this high wick right here, look at this, guys. You just went positive on both of them. You take out that high price wick, you punch in, and you're long. And you're taking profits all the ways up. It's just a glorious thing. And look at where we're getting back in on those profits. Maybe you think that the price is going to come back inside of this wedge, and boom, we're just going positive on a day chart. So this is one that we are looking to jump into for a potential continuation, but it's got to show strength. We probably got to push over top of this 43.50 is going to be the hot spot that we're looking for today. AutoNation, right down to that gap fill. If you wanted to have a gap, this is what we called out on the stream last night. That, hey, and there is no gap there. The gap is actually just a wee bit lower right there. So, but we did just go positive. You could sit here on a 15-minute chart and wait for this to curl back up over top your EMA. Maybe take a breakout price of, 116. But right now we're negative on our 15, so I don't think it's even worth going in to take a trade on that right now. Boyd Gaming, we did think about putting an order in for this gap. I seen that it gapped up, but I want to see this hold strength. I have a very tiny piece on this position, but you have a gap up from the previous day as well. But it had a very strong close yesterday. So this is definitely one that you could keep on watch. We are getting ready to just finally go positive, so I'm not recommending to rush into this by any means. But if this does go positive, this is going to be on the radar. Probably take out of day's high, the gap up price. So it gaps up and it tries to run up just a wee bit right there. So this is your breakout price. And if this can start turning back positive, this looks pretty good, I would say. COMP. We already have our outs up here, so we're not really interested in taking more profits at the same exact spot. Let's see if this can get catch a bid and really get going over top of this 340. If it can push day's high from yesterday, I would expect it to push right through 350. If it can push right through 350, this is just a banger of a trade. Look at the consolidation buys, getting ready to go positive. We're identifying it. We're making our position. You get the gap up right through the downtrend that it's been at for a year and a half downtrend. Yeah, this one looks like it's really going to try to flirt with these highs right here. We're going to try and get paid. Could have a small order. You know, there is a gap fill at that 41 that didn't get filled. So if you really think this is going to get hard rejected, you know, see how it acts with that. But yeah, very good trade right there. The cows, you know, we stated on stream yesterday. I'm expecting this to gap up, come down, fill the gap. Look at the buyers right off the gap. Now I don't have orders in off this. My position's already filled. I'm very comfortable where we're at. But Nasdaq not looking the greatest. So we'll go look at the Nasdaq real quick. So Nasdaq, we're gonna put that right next to the cows right here. Nasdaq, it gaps up. No gap fill buyers on the Nasdaq whatsoever, and boom, straight through. Looks bearish on the day. We're about to cross over negative on the 50. On the 25, we're already negative. A huge selling pressure. Okay, there is a battle that's taking place. This is still holding positive, so I'm not saying that this is over by any means. And on the day chart, you can see pretty healthy move to the upside. Let's just clear our chart right here. And we are getting ready to go positive. So uh, basically, I would say if you can take out this high price, this is the TQ by the way, TQQQ. If you can take out this price, it's going to make a run for probably this gap fill right here. Held this support very nicely. But comparing the strength of the Nasdaq to the cows right here, you can see we gap up, we trade right down to the gap fill on the money, and the buyers hold in. We're positive, positive. We're actually in the overbought in both. I'd say cows looks pretty damn good. You can see on a day chart, I would expect this to keep building this U shape right here. So, and we are positive, positive on the day chart, so that looks pretty good. You know, whatever we marked on FVRR, you know, if I'm going to do the same thing that I probably did before, go from the bottom of this wick to the top right here, and here's your dip buys, boom, boom, and bottom of previous day's candle. You know, I didn't take the trade because I already got this position filled. We're looking for a run up to, you know, we got a gap fill at 35.40, and then you got the downtrend. So I'm just nursing this position right now. I got a pretty good entry, so I'm not really interested in messing with that anymore. HPQ, we said that we were going to be very interested in taking a trade at the open. Let's see what it does at the open. We're expecting a gap up. We gap up, but right at the downtrend. If it would have gapped up here north of 29, we would have been interested in going into this. But now you can see these dip buyers. We're getting very close to this gap. I would say this isn't a bad order. That 28.40 right before that gap in the lows of the day. 28.50 is trying to hold. So now that 28.50 is held, if this can curl back up positive, we can flip positive, positive on a 15-minute chart. We could potentially be pushing this downtrend, and any break over top of, you know, pretty much day's high meets into the highs of yesterday kind of. I would say it doesn't look like a half bad trade. So yeah, not terrible. INVA, this is just finally breaking out and it's catching a bid. We're gonna go put some market orders out for this, not for any much size, but this is showing relative strength compared to the market, and it's been fighting to get over this. I've actually got faked out a few times on this already, so I told myself I'm gonna wait for actual channel break. So we are gonna dip into a little bit market right here, and we're going to see how it goes, and we're going to look for any types of dips on the top of this channel. So we're in market, probably a little bit higher. Let's see what that fill came in at. So not a very good fill, 1362 and a half actually, but we are looking to put orders in off the top of this 1350. So right, I need some consolidation back into here. And let's see if it can catch a bid if it goes back into that range. Not even looking at a tape, just simply going off of a chart. Let's flip over to a 15-minute chart. You can see, I wish I'd looked at this a little bit earlier. Gap up, it's holding strength while the Nasdaq is bearish. And look at this. I'm a little bit late to the party, but I will look for some consolidation back to these previous highs right here. If it wants to keep running, great. We got a small piece. Okay. Nothing to brag about, but yeah, I'm looking for pullbacks into like this 1350, 1355 potentially. Light gaps up, kind of fakes people out, and then gaps down intraday. Look at that. If this is able to get back positive, 56.66 is the sweet spot, I would say. Let's go look at the day chart. Yeah, I think that this is just fanning. It's channeling up right here. You can see this small channel. It just not acting with it yet, but you guys can see it. It's acting as a channel right there. If it can take out this high price, potential breakout over top of the channel, and a lot of room to run to the upside right here. You got a 70-50 gap fill. Gap fill starts at 61, so not terrible. And HPQ looks like it is trying to catch a bid, so we are not going to miss out on this one. INVA starting to get that rejection. Okay, this is what I want to see. I'm okay taking a little bit of hit on that small position that I have, and I'm definitely going to be looking to potentially add here at this 1350, 1355. HPQ still catching a bid. We're going to keep that one on close watch. Macy's gaps up, fills the gap, looking for a continuation here. This on a 15-minute chart. Oh, look at this, guys. We just crossed back over that 2230. We already have the gap filled from the previous day. Gaps up, fills the gap. Buyers are pushing it back up. This is looking like it's showing some decent relative strength right there. And Boyd Gaming right here, guys. I mean, look at that. It tries to show weakness down to this gap. I said you could have some orders in off this gap potentially if you wanted to play aggressive. And now look at, we're starting to turn bullish right here. So I feel pretty comfortable with that position. It looks like it's about ready to break that day's high. Not half bad right there. HPQ still getting rejected a little bit. INVA sitting at this 1356. I could punch market for a tad bit, but I don't like this wick top. I want to see this red candle start getting bought up at this 1350. I want to see 1350 hold. MRVI stated that look for a gap up above the downtrend, Where do we gap up to? Right to the downtrend. Now you got the dip buyers coming in right here. This is getting ready to turn positive. It's got to break the downtrend for it to even be a play, though. I stated Lumen Technologies positive. We got the great breakout price of this 550 price, and we're waiting to see how it acts with this previous high. You see how we wick over it yesterday? It's already indicating that, hey, we're gonna try to potentially break over this. Lumen Technologies not looking half bad, showing really good strength right there, and building a nice U shape. You guys see this U shape on a 15-minute chart? LUMN doesn't look half bad. Marathon Oil, I told you guys. I've been calling this one out multiple times. Look at it building this nice U shape right here. And we are holding above this 27 today finally. So finally the oil is starting to show some strength. We gap up. We wick top up to here. Let's see what happens if it can take out 27.35. But beautiful entries on MRO yesterday. And let's see if we can get paid. Let's see if we can take out this wick top price at 27.50. It's going to have a battle, of course. Stop loss probably below this wick right here, or below somewhere in here. Because if it gives out that price, going to be attempted to come down to this gap fill at 25.87, give or take. But INVA still showing good strength. We want to see it pull back into this range still. Lumen Technologies, beautiful U shape panning out right here. ALSN still just fighting to get back over top of this. We do not want to miss this breakout of this top from the previous day, so we're gonna keep that. Oh, excuse me. So we're gonna keep that on watch right there. What else we got? It looks like Light is reclaiming this 57 right here. So look at this, guys. Look at this. Beautiful. Called it out. I said, it's trading in this channel. This is the action that you get on this channel right here. And it gaps up next candle right to 56.99. As soon as it, oh nope, wrong price, my bad. That's current price. So as soon as it pushes 56.72, and more specifically these wick tops right here, you got the buyers jumping in, and boom, great green candle. We are staying positive. I I only have a small position for this, but I like the position that I have, and we're gonna hold for a potential break of this high price right here. PayPal. PayPal looking relatively weak still, but you have the double cross over to negative, negative. And now, are people going short right here is the question. People could be going short. We need to show a little bit more strength. It originally gapped up, and you could say that this is just an ascending channel to the upside right here, give or take like that. And let's see if it can actually break out over top of this price. FVRR still catching a bid to the downside. That's alright. We like the position that we're in, and it is catching buyers, so not the most worried with that. Compass, that is confirmed over top of the 341 gap. Let's see if Compass can actually start going on a run here. It does have some resistance meeting in at this 350, but I think it can push that 350. If you don't have an entry in this and you're flirting with it at 350, I wish you the best, because I got like a 250 entry on this, so I might be selling you my shares. So keep in mind that the long's already in. And MRO, here we go, guys. It is going to test this day's high, and that price is at 27.35. Potential breakout of that price does not look half bad. PayPal still looks like it's trying to catch a bid right here. So yeah, showing decent strength up to that. I don't know how much confidence the shorts are having with this nice green candle. PSTG, we stated that, this is just holding this channel here. This is a watch for me today, guys. Unless this just gets completely bullish and shoots over that 2765, 2750, we'll call it. I'm not interested in this, but we are keeping it on watch. It's respected this channel for a long time right here. Very long time. And light is catching a bid right here. Guys, making plenty of great calls right here. And look at this. We're approaching that breakout price at 57.50 right here on a nice green looking candle right there. Looks beautiful. SoFi, we stated that, it's building this nice U shape. The entry on the 490 break, and we are holding 5 yet again. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. Let's clear the chart up. Showing good strength right here. We dipped negative, so this could have baited some shorts right here. People could have said, finally, SoFi's going to give up this 5 flat. And boom, it holds this 5 flat again. We're sitting at 510. Breakout price probably sitting right here at this 520. If it can push 520, it's going to have no problem with 525. And it's going to go on a nice little leg up, I would say. Tyson's Foods, we stated that, yesterday you could have had great entries on this dip consolidation on a 15-minute. We can even go back to it if we want to. So where do we go positive? We go positive at the end of the day right here. So here's your entry. Here's your entry. Boom. Where do we retest? Right where the original entry is. You think the longs want to be losing money? No, the longs the longs do not want to be losing money. So as soon as it gets below here, the longs are probably losing money. We hold above that price, and now look at this candle. We had a new day's high on Tyson's Foods. Beautiful call right here, guys. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Building a nice U shape. Let's see if it can get really bullish and break out of this. 66, 81. Showing good strength. Gapped up. You could have put orders in off top of this gap, but extremely red right off the rip. This can start getting back on top of 31.90 and specifically get over 32. We could look to build a position in that. And PayPal catching a bid right here. This is gorgeous. I mean, I'm making the calls here, guys. Look at this. Respecting the channel that I just drew up right on the spot. And look at this. Compass catching a bid. Approaching that 350. Boyd Gaming. Oh boy, look at this, guys. Just call after call after call. Boyd Gaming. HPQ getting ready to do this next. So we are going to get ready to punch in market for some HPQ right here. Let's keep this one on close watch. Everything's catching a bid right now. Cows pushing to the upside. TQ pushing to the upside. Compass pushing to the upside. Boyd pushing to the upside. AutoNation not there, showing weakness. And ALSN, we did get back on top of this. Let's mark it in for some ALSN. We're going to mark it in for some ALSN. Might be a little bit of a high price because we're not setting a close. Yep, I have not marked it in yet. I lied. I'm going to wait for this to set a close above this EMA right here, which is at 43.40, give or take. And once it's set to close, we'll take the breakout price of this 43.45 right there. So I see how easy it is to get faked out like that. It looks pretty good for a continuation, but I don't want to rush into this by any means. I want to see it set a close above. So Macy's starting to get a close above that. Good buyers on this MRVI. Oh, there's the HVQ. So HVQ still getting rejected a little bit, but getting ready. I love this look, guys. Consolidation period sideways. Let's clear everything. Consolidation period sideways. Your breakout prices are roughly right in around here. So this breakout of 29, you can call it. And as soon as this goes positive, positive at the same time, this looks gorgeous for a play, in my opinion. WY, still just some consolidation period. Fastenal, this is one that we marketed into for some shares yesterday, but really good to buy right here. And as soon as it takes out this high price from previous day, I'd say that looks good for a run. Tesla, you guys love Tesla. Still a little bit weak on the day. It still can turn positive, positive. BPOP, we talked about this yesterday. I haven't even looked at it at all today. And look at this, we gap up over top of yesterday's day high. We trade down, and now we're turning bullish. Look at the, keep your banks on watch, everyone, because BPOP showing some really good strength right here, and I'm pretty sure that they report. A lot of banks report tomorrow. So keep that in mind. INVA, let's go back over to this. So flat on the trade pretty much at the moment. Oh, my bad. We'll come back to that later. PayPal, still catching a bid, churning to the upside, looks pretty good. And then I got Foot Locker up here. I was looking to take some profits on Foot Locker potentially, but there you guys go. That is the breakdown. That's all you guys need to know for right there. And we are going to be nursing a lot of these positions. Let's go check out the portfolio and see if we want to take profits anywhere. Man, a lot of excitement in there, guys. That's what you guys are going to get with this channel. I'm going to be live streaming every single day. I'm going to live stream once at night to give you guys what plays I'm looking for the next day. And we're just going to let it ride. And very good action today. Got red early in the day. Faked a lot of people out, I'm sure. But, yeah, it is catching a bid. And I do have a small position in ASTS. This is one of my buddy's plays. I told him that I'd let him know when I thought it was decent for an entry. It's been holding this decently. I told him that if it set a close above 5, I would mark it in right at the end of the day. So we mark it in right at the end of the day. Boom. I did not set a stop loss in, so this could have just kept going against me. Only a small size here, guys, but catching a bid to the upside right here. If this can get back on top of this 506, this really doesn't look half bad. Let's go look at the day chart for this. So here's your day chart right here. You know, nice bull flag breakout yesterday above that high price, and now I'm looking for continuation. I'm looking for potential outs into this 560, maybe 550. I'm sure there's a moving average rolling in through here. But if it can get through that moving average, you got a gap fill at 633. Looks pretty good for a potential couple outs right there. So 7% to some moving average, I'm sure. And 25% for the gap fill. Pretty decent return, I would say. MRO, look at this one, guys. On this green candle, you wick for a new high price, and now you're going to start this bull flag. So 1, 2, 3 candles. Here's your consolidation dip buy back into the top of this wick. Looks very good for some continuation. And light light staying bullish. Let's go over to that 15-minute chart. Looks very good. Beautiful green candle. Sets a new day's high on that candle. Looking for a consolidation dip buy into the start where we gap up. So we gapped up to 57.10. Let's look for a consolidation back into that period. In HPQ, we are looking to enter into this position a little bit more. ALSN, yep, it's gotta get back on top of this 43.5. SoFi came back positive. We are back above our EMA. 513 is the honey hole. HPQ gonna fan sideways. Could have some consolidation back to this 2850. But look at where we've held many times. Boom, boom, boom. You think people have stop losses here at this 2850? It's very possible that people have stop losses set into that spot. NIO, negative at the start of the day. I'm sure this had some relation with Tesla being red. And as soon as this gets back, reclaims at 1150. This looks pretty good. Do we have an uptrend that we can go off of here? You know, we do break this uptrend right here, so this does look a little bit dicey. For sure, it looks a little bit dicey, but let's go look at that day chart one more time. We are positive, so I'm not really worried about this right now. Positive, I would say decent stop losses, and at this 1060 range right below this wick and this candle started the gap. BPOP, new day's high. PayPal churning away. So now we got the candle close above the EMA, 78.61, and next candle just stays bullish. Could have marketed in as soon as you see that this is turned into a green candle. And let's see if this can go take out this wick top that we gap up to yesterday, or this morning. WY, no position, but we are looking to potentially build a position into this 31.90 to 32 flat. What's the TQ looking like? TQ still looking bullish. We're back on top of the moving average. I would say if it can take out this 1970 price, that, you know, the Nasdaq's going to continue to the upside. Boyd Gaming, continuation. Look at this, guys. Look at the calls. All, man. Compass, we wick into, where do we wick into right here? Let's go to a 15-minute chart and see what we're looking like. So, you get the breakout, you get the new high, you fill that 341 gap truly, and now you're testing this moving average. We put a wick in 337. Let's see if it can get bullish and push over top of this high price of the day, which is 347. And MRO, here, look at that wick in the middle of this green candle. As we're getting close to where, you know, I would identify as a potential buy opportunity right here at this 27.25. Go figure, that whole quarter, that 27.25. See how it's got that quarter at the end of it? And look at that dip buy opportunity right there. Came down, we marked 1350 for a potential buyback into the middle of this. We get very close to it. And look at this, it looks like increasing red volume, but this is buyers trying to jump into this as well. So let's look back at this channel that we've been in. It's going to pick a direction. We've already identified, we think that this is going to pick a direction. We want to be on the right side of it. And we are holding above this wick top, this previous wick top right here. So gonna have some resistance to fight over this. But our next wick top is at 1370. Lumen. What'd we say, guys? Lumen building a nice U shape right here. We just took out yesterday's high price. Come on, guys. Tesla still looking bearish. BPOP Auto Nation still looking bearish. ALSN still a little bit bearish. FVR, let's go to a 15-minute here. FVR trying to get back on top of this 3240, but getting rejected right there. So that is something of a little bit concern right there. OLN, we do have a small position in OLN. Not a half bad look. You know, yeah, where's our open price at? So this is Thursday. Okay, so we set a close slightly below this. Doesn't look terrible. You got a nice uptrend. You gap up, you hard gap down below that early in the day, and now we are holding above our 55.70, and we're putting wicks down to 55.78. If this can take out this wick right here, you know, I would expect it to test day's high, and if it can break over top of that, you got yesterday's day high at 56.40, so 56.50 break potentially on OLN. Let's look at the daily chart and explain why we took the trade on this. So let's clear the drawings. It gets rejected. You would think that, you know, where do we cross negative? So we cross negative, negative on this candle. So the shorts make out. They make a nice little penny right there. And this is where you're looking. You want to make sure that the shorts aren't reloading into that at the back test of this EMA. Now we got a confirmed higher low right here. Confirmed higher low. You gap up, you fill the gap, set to close above the EMA, stays bullish, holds above the EMA, and now we're looking for a breakout price of OLN. Call it 57 flat breakout price. HPQ, this is why you wait for that candle close above that EMA. Look at this. Now it's starting to build a good looking short potentially for a flat bottom breakdown. Flat bottom breakdown of this 28.50. You can see boom, 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 boom. We've come down to this price 4 times. Is this going to be where the flat bottom gives up and the shorts make out? Potential run for this short down to this gap fill at 27.22. This is your first out probably. A 4.5% out, but at the same time it is still building a nice U shape, getting a decent consolidation period. If it can push over top of these 29 flat, it doesn't look half bad. And Neo is still catching a bid. Looks like it is trying to show some decent relative strength right there. Still weak on the day though, and same with Tesla. So go figure that both of those look the same right there. BPOP showing decent strength right here. ASTS, guys, called this out earlier. We are setting a close finally above this. We are just going positive on the 25. We're still positive on the 50. You know, this doesn't look half bad for a trade. I think we can maybe jump into this. We're going to give it 2 minutes on this candle close, and we'll see if we can take another live trade for you guys. Compass showing resistance right there. But, you know, good wick buying right there. HPQ, oh boy, is this going to be the flat bottom breakdown? And this is why you don't rush into the position, guys. I mean, if you had a position, I'd want to have a stop loss a little bit below this 27 or 28.50. But this is a classic flat bottom breakdown if this wants to give out. INVA still holding strong. And now that I'm kind of zooming out a little bit, this is a potential double top coming in on ALSN. This is why, you know, I was really enticed to market into this. But when it failed to set that candle close right there, it's just a bearish look. It's just a bearish look. If anyone marketed in FOMOing into this, like I was about to, they're losing money. And let's see what the stock price wants to do throughout the rest of the day. So you see, we got 50 seconds left on this candle close. We're right at that moving average. So let's see if this can turn green first. Void Gaming looking very strong. Compass still looking good. Light. Here's your consolidation. We're going to come probably try to retest the day's high, the previous day's high that we gap up to right there. And BPOP looks like a decent consolidation period right here. You know, you got the previous wick right here. You know, I don't think it's going to get down to that. If you went halfway through that green candle, give or take, that's where we're sitting at right now. Let's see if it can get some buyers come in. And we'll keep monitoring that. ASTS, now that we are getting ready for candle close here. Let's see how we act. HPQ, look at it. Here comes the flat bottom breakdown, guys. It is getting ready for the flat bottom breakdown as we speak. Lumen, still building. If we just tap 6 flat right here, how many people do you think got orders in for this retest of this previous high at 596? How many people do you think got orders right there? Do more people want to buy it there or sell it? You know, this HPQ does have a gap fill at 28.36. We could see how it acts with that. This could just be faking people out. So keep that in mind. That the stop losses could come into effect and this gap fill might not even matter. But we do have a 28.38 gap fill right there. So we should be getting next candle open right here on ASTS. I'm not sure why it hasn't yet. If Compass does give up this EMA, we're going to mark it out of a few shares for some profits. But still great that it showed good strength of the day. But on this candle, we have to be real with ourselves that this did just fill this 341 gap. So if we had any big selling off of that and people not wanting to buy it, then, you know, it would make sense. ASTS. Why is it not showing my next candle? Come on. What's our TQ looking like? You know, TQ is right in that spot where, you know, it's probably going to pick a direction. Are we going to go north or are we going to go south? And MRO, what I say, we got 3 candles that we got to watch. Here's your first one. There's your dip buyers. Here's your second one. Here's your dip buyers. Come on, we tapped right into this line twice, and now we're getting ready to turn up. Let's see if this can get going. And just like that, INVA just churning away. Just churning away at the breakout of that top. I think ASTS might be halted for some reason. It's not even registering to the next, and we do get a gap up on this next candle. Hold up, guys. We are getting ready to market in for a few shares right here, and let's put an order in off of this gap fill. Let's say 506. We'll put an order in off of that, but that does not look half bad. So yep, turning red. It's gonna try to come back down to this gap fill right here. And here we're coming down. Let's see if we can get some buyers to come into this. Cow's looking strong. Lumen. Let's see how it acts. That is a decently red candle. If I wanted to put this buy into the body of these candles, that is right where we're at, this 596. If it can start turning green and build this U shape, Lumen does look pretty decent. Okay, so we are getting a little bit of wick buying in right here. There isn't much size on the bid, but it is going to make us market in for a few shares. If we just marketed in for some shares, probably a bad fill at this 510. Could be a little bit early, but let's see how it goes. MRO, here we go, guys. Just calling out bangers. If it can take out this wick high price, I don't think it's gonna have any problem getting through this 2750. And HPQ, look at this wick comes down just below 2850, just below 2850. This is why you want to put that stop loss just a little bit lower, and this is starting to catch a bid right here. If we now for sure, if we can take out this wick high price right here, call it 2880 breakout for today, this would be some confirmation that you can market into that, in my opinion. And the TQ looking like it wants to hold this 29 or 1930. Got a nice bull flag, looks just like the TQ. That looks very good. Auto Nation not there yet. This was a decent wick on this. Tesla's still looking a little bit bearish, guys. So just keep in mind. Look at this red candle. Let's talk about Tesla for a second. You guys love Tesla. Everyone loves Tesla. Look at this red candle. Look at the increased volume right here. Boom. How many people you think went short? This is the same candle where we go negative, negative. Boom. Look at all that selling. Look at all the stop losses that were probably in right here, below yesterday's consolidation period. Boom. As soon as it gives it up, now we're testing the bottom half of where this stop loss is at. It could turn green right here, but if this starts building this U shape, it looks like the shorts are probably going to get paid here. If it can reclaim this 2150 and get over 2160, anyone who went short is now losing money. And the cow is still just churning away, showing great strength. Hasn't been below this moving average once today. I would expect this to continue the churn to the upside. Light starting to turn green right here. And INVA catching a bid still for another new day's high. Man, I wish I was watching this at the break of 1350. We called it out on the live stream last night that we are going to be interested if this can break through this channel and pick a direction. And look at this green candle right there, guys. That just looks gorgeous. That's just like clockwork right there. Oh, and WY reclaiming this 3190. Let's see if it can catch a bid and get back over that 32. We can put some orders in off this 3190 if we want, but we have 5 minutes left. Let's wait for this candle close. We don't want to make that mistake. Neo starting to catch a bid. What's Tesla looking like? Tesla looking the same way. So looking like the shorts are probably not going to get paid out on that. And Fastenal. Fastenal Company, ticker FAST. Hey, Ripley. Yeah, you're okay, puppy. Yeah, we're almost done. Looking at the day chart, just about getting ready to go positive, positive. I'd say if this takes out this wick top right here, call it 39 or a 49.30 break, that this can stay bullish. And Tesla's still getting rejected. Neo showing good. Why is it that Neo is showing decent strength and Tesla is failing to get over this right now? We're getting closer to this candle close. You have a little bit of sellers coming in. And still holding above this gap up right here that we had from candle to candle. Okay, now OLN. We get the candle close above it. We hold above the moving average at 55.70. And now we are starting to turn green. If it can take out this high price right here. On this green candle, we did fill this gap, so we gap down below the moving average, fills the gap, consolidation. Let's see if it can break out for that high price now. Boyd Gaming just still showing good strength here, guys, just printing away money. And Lumen Technologies putting a wick into that previous high right there. It looks like it could start developing a nice little U shape on top of this U shape right here. Doesn't look half bad. Here's your consolidation. There's your dip buy or your gap fill buyers right here. If this wants to go, it's probably going to go on this candle or the next candle. So keep it on close watch right here. This ASTS. If this gives up 5, I'll probably just cut my losses. Even though you have a decent candle body in right here, you know, I might give it this uptrend. So call it like a 490. You know, at that point, we're just going to stay true to it. We'll take a hit for the stream. We'll put this stop loss in probably around this 480 range. And this is why you wait for the candle close. Look, we got a minute left on this close and the battle's taking place. This is red engulfing, increasing red volume right here, so be careful on the Lumen technology. Compass building a nice bull flag right here. This is setting up for a break of 350. TQ looking like it's going to try to turn bearish. You know, stop loss probably 1850. We're still positive, doesn't look half bad. Tesla's still negative, negative. And look at on the commodity right here, how we're starting to curl. See how we're starting to curl right there? If that starts representing on the chart, this is going to look like a short all day. NTQ just gave up 1920 or 1930, confirmed, and definitely had some people exit out of it right there. You see double wicks right here. You give it up, and we're full red engulfing to the downside. MRO looks like it's going to have a little bit of consolidation period still. Let's see if it can still catch a bid. We're way elevated into this overbought. Let's let it consolidate for a little bit and see if it can start building a nice U shape. And this is why you wait for the close above the EMA. Look at that. We wick right through it. This is still looking like it's going to be slightly bearish. And ASTS, it looks like I'm probably going to end up taking a hit on this. But testing that 5 right here, let's give it a little bit of time. You know, did it even confirm, get a close above that? You could say that it did. So it might have been a little bit quick to the punch on that trade, but we're okay if that ends up stopping us out. Cows caught a little bit of resistance here. Gave up 49 or 48.50. Tried the wick like it was gonna get bullish, but let's give that one a little bit of time. We're still pretty elevated on that. PayPal failing to get over top of this. Tyson's Foods trying to hold this EMA. Everything just kind of catching a little bit of a pullback right now. Let's keep an eye on this NQ. Look, another red candle right here, guys. About to go negative, about to go negative. The shorts thought they were going to win. They get faked out. Now the shorts are thinking, hey, maybe I was just early to the game on that first one. Now let's see if we can continue to hit this short right here. Compass starting to churn up right here. Potential double top maybe coming in before this 350. If that starts giving me that look right there, I'm going to give up this EMA. That is why we would exit a few shares right there. Tesla still looking bearish. Neo still trying to hold right here. If the shorts were looking to jump in right here, we're negative, negative. They could have went short on this candle. They could be reloading that short right here. MRO starting to turn back bullish. This is why if you got something that's just sitting overbought, and you don't have a red of these two red candles, if they do not exceed this green candle right here, I think you're normally pretty good in my opinion, and it's starting to turn green right here. The buyers are coming in. We should take a look at the oil. Let's take a look at the oil chart. Where's oil? US oil right here. Oil still holding positive on your 50. You are below your moving average negative right here, so this could start curling and push it negative. But if it gets back on top of 78.50, I would say oil is in play for today. Let's go to the day chart here because we want to see, and yeah, this has been on our watch because we are getting ready to go positive right here. We're already positive on our 25. You know, I would say consolidation back into the bottom of this wick is possible. This is day's low. Doesn't look half bad. Tesla still trying to build this U shape right here, so keep an eye on Tesla, guys. I don't want you guys to get hurt. And here we go. This is what I'm talking about. It showed weakness. We stayed true. We said we were going to keep our stop in right here. We're not going to FOMO out of this just yet. And we are back above that 505. So let's see if this can catch a bid and start running to the upside right here. B-pop, gaps down below. Could have faked you out a little bit right here. But nonetheless, we do set another day's high. Not the greatest wick top right there, but you have a nice uptrend that you can hold strong with. It's just channeling right here, guys. Are you going to weak hand at the bottom, or are you going to hold for a potential retest of the top of this channel? Give or take. It's a nice channel to the upside right here. And Cow's starting to turn back bullish. Now, let's look at our volume over here. Now, this does get a little bit increasing red volume right there. That does kind of exceed these green candles, but nonetheless, this is still elevated on our commodity. I think that it looks pretty good for continuation. Boyd still churning to the upside. Uh-oh. Gonna get paid, it looks like. Compass is flirting with this 350. If it can push that 350, the next thing we have marked on our chart, does this have a gap fill right here? Let's go back to our day chart and see why we have this marked over here. That's a breakout price. So, I mean, if this can catch a bid over top of this wick, this is at 361. Potential move. You got a couple gaps over here. Potential run to the top, still 25%, and then you got 50 to 59% move right there. Tesla still looking bearish. Neo trying to show strength still, which is very interesting. That's why you wait for the candle close. Look at this. You don't really have to mess with this yet. And HPQ continuing to look bearish right here. HPQ looks like it's going to try to just back test the top of this channel. Now that I zoom out a little bit, you probably got a channel right here. You do not want it to start trading inside of that channel again. But you do have a confirmed higher low right here. And, if it can hold above all of that, then, it could still be in play. And 507 on ASTS right here. We could be starting to churn up to the upside. PayPal holding back positive right there. Light. Now this is what I'm talking about. On this nice green candle to the upside right here, you have light volume, not very much volume. The following candle, increasing red volume. INVA building a nice bull flag right here. Looks good for a potential break of this wick top price, and it is starting to catch a bid. Look at all the green volume in this, guys. Look at all the green volume. And MRO is going to test this 2750. This was the big one from yesterday's trading day. Lumen still holding this 590. And let's see if Compass wants to catch a bid right here. Tesla trying to hold. Is it going to? I don't know. PayPal still showing good strength right there. WY keeping that one on watch. 508 ASTS churning away. Now, how long have we been streaming? Started streaming 60 minutes ago. Okay, we have nobody watching. Gotta love it. That's alright. We've been streaming for an hour. We are going to call the stream for today. I gotta focus in on uh, some other stuff. I got other stuff to do, but we will be streaming the market for about an hour every single day, and an hour as I set up my day at night. So if you guys are looking for something to watch at night, you can watch me prepare for my day, and yeah, go from there. So thank you guys for those who have tuned in, and we will see you on the next one.